What is generally acknowledged to be one of the most attractive and valuable pieces of real estate in all of Canada is up on the auction block. And the indications are that it may well end up in the hands of an overseas developer. It is the former expo site on the north shore of False Creek in Vancouver. The government has been hearing the plans of two major contenders, and it may all come down to the one with the biggest pile of hard, cold cash. Other potential developers appear now to have been shut out.
If you took part in the festivities at Expo 86, you may feel a certain sadness looking at the north shore of False Creek today. Workers are ripping out the last of the pilings. The site looks like a 207-acre spread of dirt. But it's very valuable dirt. The province envisions a $2 billion development here. To help erase its enormous debt, the government is selling the land, the equivalent of 80 city blocks, in one giant parcel. The price tag is probably somewhere between $250 and $350 million. Insiders say the province has now limited the bidding to two contenders. One is Ka-shing, a Hong Kong billionaire currently attempting to buy Texaco Canada. The other is Jack Poole, President and Chief Executive Officer of BCE Development Corporation, formerly Dayon Development. BCED, which has ties to Bell Canada, has set up a company called the Vancouver Land Corporation for the sole purpose of buying and developing the Expo lands. Other developers appear to be shut out.
And he's going to be the person who's probably got the biggest pile of cash.
Bob Scragg bid between $250 and $350 million for the land on behalf of the local realty and development company, Wall & Redekop. He didn't make it onto the short list.
We received a phone call one day saying, we don't think you're going to get the site, and that was about it. There was no explanation as to who or why your bid was deficient, or what the process was that was used to eliminate you. That was all.
And Scragg isn't the only one in the local development community who's upset.
That's right, and it's short-term thinking. It's a quick fix for money to put into the budget this year, as opposed to thinking over the next 20 or 50 years of Vancouver's life.
Realtor and former Vancouver Alderman Brian Calder is concerned the city will lose control of the site if it goes to a single bidder.
My biggest fear is that after this contract is let, that the public is then going to go, oh my gosh, what happened? And boy, after that, it's too late. All the wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth after that contract is let is for naught.
But at City Hall, the mayor says there's no big problem.
I think one of the biggest problems we've had with this site is people keep dealing with it like it's something different in terms of real estate. It's just the site. It's just the land.
Gordon Campbell says whether the successful bidder is from offshore or Canada, he will have to play by the rules. Rules Campbell says will provide parks, housing, and access to everyone.
I can tell you anyone that's thinking of making a proposal on this has gone through the package, which is about that thick. It's about 3 inches thick of past reports and past city comments and past policies that the city's put forward. I'm not anticipating a major shift in those policies.
We're nervous. Let's put it that way, the way it's being done.
The former mayor of Vancouver says he's worried because he's seen nothing that will allow the people of Vancouver a decision on what will be built on the site.
That is one of the most important developments in Canada. It's being done on behalf of the people of British Columbia, but it's being done in Vancouver. And the province is no different than any other developer. My expectations is that the province should be an even better corporate citizen and developer than the private sector.
But Economic Development Minister Grace McCarthy says the government shouldn't be in the development business at all. The private sector does it better. As for the local developers who are shut out,
it wasn't that they weren't large, it's just that they were not large enough to handle the large transaction that this will turn out to be.
McCarthy adds the negotiations have to be conducted in private so the province can get the best possible price.
Quite frankly, you can't sell a piece of property, government or otherwise, in the light of the TV cameras.
There's another big sale in the offing that the province wants held far away from the TV cameras. 9,500 acres of land at 17 different sites in the province, an estimated value of $400 million. The province wants this land sold by Christmas. Once again, it wants a single buyer. That increases the chance that more prime chunks of BC real estate will be foreign owned. Paul Heaney, CBC News, Vancouver.
We'll take a short